more vulnerable to hurricane. Dr. Patchett already discussed some of them, but y'all can restate them for us to make sure y'all were listening.
People that without a vehicle.
Senior citizens,
elderly, age, stuff like that. That's good.
One of the areas he did talk about, especially when you look down at the South Florida area that he was pointing at, there's a language barrier in that part of the country. You can tell me all day long I need to leave, but if I can't understand you, I'm not going anywhere. So when you look at social vulnerability, it's a combination. There's a whole bunch list of factors. There's like, I think you said 30 or something like that. 30 different factors that they look at when they do social vulnerability. But that's just a couple of them. Can you leave? Do you have the private transportation to leave, or are you going to depend on some kind of a mass exodus of transportation? The elderly, will they be able to be moved? Can they be moved? Or are they on life systems that don't allow them to be moved? Or are they so fragile that they just can't go? And the language barrier. All those factors are just taken into account and determined, and it's not just for hurricanes, it's other disasters that can potentially happen. And that's what we'll look at in the next minute.
And even things like race can affect your vulnerability. So how, I'm not necessarily sure I'll learn that, but it affects you. The SOVI, or SOVI, is the Social Vulnerability Index. This takes qualitative data related to vulnerability and turns it into quantitative data, which everybody understands what I'm saying when I say that, right? Okay. So it's become standardized. It's a worldly used, or at least in this nation, it's by the University of South Carolina, I think, who came up with it. And like I said, there's 30 factors that they look at, and so it ranks each state, each county on that 30 vulnerability factor scale, and it's online.